today?
So my name is actually Fabian Pacheco. Everyone calls me Fabian or Fabian, but my parents are from South America. So my mom was born in Colombia, moved here when she was a teenager. My dad was born in Chile, moved here when he was a teenager. And then they met at church, had me in Canada.
But if you go toe to toe with Jake Paul, would you take Jake Paul out?
You know what I mean?
Doesn't matter nothing.
I think if we were the same size, I would beat the shit out of him, no doubt. But size matters in boxing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
to make sure
and this is what I tell artists this too. I always tell people, man, if I had talent, I would be the best artist ever. But I have no talent. So there's some people that are making $1 million a month on YouTube just posting vlogs, shorts. It's extremely lucrative if you know how to do it properly. All that showed me so much that you can build your own brand, and as long as you're telling a good story, people will fuck with you. And then with other videos, I posted a video of me boxing somebody, and I knew some people were gonna think it was fake. I knew some people were gonna be like, "You suck at boxing," and that got 1 million views in like 3 months. So I always tell people, build a YouTube channel. I know it takes work, but the process of growth is a lot of fun. And especially when you can see the growth amount in dollar signs, it's even better. So because those were things that I know about. So I was like, how can I make money off stuff that I actually know about? I was like, maybe I can make YouTube channels and use this information to make money. So I started running those channels, but YouTube is fucky.
What's going on, Afro Diaspora Nation? We are back with another sensational podcast, man. You know what it is. We're down. We're back again. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, subscribe right now. We keep having a lot of crazy fire topics coming out here. This guest been crazy, man. They've been coming at me. Sometimes putting me sweating out here, but it's all good. We got my guy Major on my right side right here. What's up, Major? How's it going?
I'm here, man. I can't wait to ask my questions.
You ready for today?
This guy has it out for me already. He's giving me weird looks, and he's gonna ask me.
Bro, you know what? Okay, we're gonna have a good take because you know what? I was supposed to introduce people even people heard your voice. I was supposed to
It's all good.
get your weight, but now you got the T going
I'm
already.
excited.
People already hear your
rolling.
voice. You guys already heard it right here, man. This is my guy, Fabian in the building, bro.
Wow.
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great.
You've been trying to come here for a while, eh?
Listen, you said you had a podcast, and you're always like, next week. This is the week.
See how he's coming at me already? Yo, he had something to tell you guys. We got good topics coming for you guys, Afro Diaspora Nation. I can't wait for this one. He's saying this has to be, spice up a little bit. So he has some stuff he gotta bring out here for today. So we have to, prepare your questions,
We're ready.
All right. We're gonna dive into it, man. Look, as a tradition for this, show, we always like to give the guest the opportunity to introduce themselves. So, man, feel free. You know where the camera is. You see him all. You look good, man. You look good. You look ready for everything. So
You look good.
okay.
I like that shirt.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
You helped me get it.
I did, yeah. That's why I like it.
Let's go, man. Introduce yourself, man. Let's see what's up, man. Tell me about you, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to know? What do you guys want to know?
Where are you born, my man? Where are you born? Like, how did Fabian become that guy that's standing in front of us right today?
So my name is actually Fabian Pacheco. Everyone calls me Fabian or Fabian, but my parents are from South America. So my mom was born in Colombia, moved here when she was a teenager. My dad was born in Chile, moved here when he was a teenager. And then they met at church, had me in Canada.
They met at church?
They did, yeah. Jehovah Witness Church.
Were there musicians there? Like a lot of musicians?
Musicians?
Yeah, in that church. I know.
They don't do much music in Jehovah.
Jehovah
Really?
Witness, I don't think they do much at all.
No, they don't
I
do
don't know
politics.
about
They don't do music.
No.
Oh, really?
There's one piece. Were you born in church too?
No,
You were church.
no. So like I was only a Jehovah's Witness for like 2 or 3 years of my life. So obviously I don't remember. They're not Jehovah's Witnesses anymore. But that's how they met.
That's
So
cool,
thank
though.
God for the Jehovah's Witnesses because they brought my parents together.
Yeah. I was gonna say because like we always talk about music,
Yeah.
I know you love music.
Love it.
Yeah, you're a big time music guy. But that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, if that church guy, brought you that, you're supposed to be, having that passion to be like, you always say you don't know how to sing or whatever, you can develop it. So that's the root right there. But they don't do a lot of music in Jehovah's
Yeah,
Witnesses, so
he's always telling me like, oh, you should get singing. I'm like, man, my talking voice isn't even good. So like, when I sing, it sounds even worse. But yeah, they met at Jehovah's Witness church.
Yeah.
So I don't remember. I know my grandma's still a Jehovah's Witness. I still have Jehovah's Witness family, but
yeah.
I don't know. Religion isn't really a topic I know too much about or like to talk about because I feel like people are so passionate about it. Never want to
Oh, yeah.
offend anyone talking about religion. So my
Yes,
parents
sir.
used to be Jehovah's Witnesses.
So okay, so like, but not anymore, obviously.
No, my grandma still is, like I said, but they met there. My dad was kind of rebellious. My dad was like always into fighting and like not the best type of thing. So he was kind of the bad boy at Jehovah's Witness church. And my mom was like, oh, who is that guy? He's so bad and cool. And then they started dating, and then within 6 months they were married, and then within 2 or 3 years they had 2 kids, which was me and my brother.
Oh wow. Made you feel in the warmth now? You get to know Fabian a little bit. Is Fabian?
Yeah,
You know
Fabian.
what's
Fabian.
funny? I used to run away from Jehovah's Witness people. When I see them, I run away because I know they will preach me over.
Yeah, they'll chase
Yo,
you too.
hey, look, man. Come on.
I used to
Come
run
on,
away
man.
from
You
them.
better not hold on, Joe. Witness guy is watching right now. You can't-
If I knew
Look what
that
the address. Come preach to you
Fabian
right here.
was Jehovah's Witness, I was gonna run away, man.
Oh yeah, I understand. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness now. They still knock on my door sometimes and
Wow.
politely close it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are we going to discuss about this topic?
I don't really know much about it. We can talk if you want.
Man, I think, like you say, people are very passionate about this
Yeah.
thing. So if you want comments to be out there aggressive on you, we can go ahead and talk about it.
I know Serena Williams is a Jehovah's Witness, or was. There's like a couple famous people that are Jehovah's Witnesses,
Yeah.
and they're super like
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
I don't think in Hollywood you'll have anyone who's gonna be Jehovah's Witness.
No.
Yeah.
They will just quit before you join the Hollywood.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But I don't know. I feel like we're just here to talk about you, bro. Because this show's all about leaders, man. We like bringing leaders out here and getting to know you, man. I'm telling you, getting to know you this couple months now. I feel like you're a leader, bro. Everything you do
Thank you.
in life, yeah, just the way you take care of yourself, everything, and how you like inspire people with your style and everything. I think you're a leader, bro. So
I
we gonna,
appreciate that.
yeah, we gotta talk about. I see you got, a YouTuber. That's the first thing
Yeah.
that pops out right there when I see that bio, man. We're gonna talk about that because we're gonna focus now. Because I know a lot of artists come out here. You know what I'm saying? We talk about posting on YouTube. I know my guy, Fragrance Boss, shout out to you. He was reaching me out about how to start a YouTube, how to be all these things. It's a show for you right here. So we got the guy for you to come up and talk about these things. Yeah, so first question you can go to, like, I always ask the first question, Major. I think we're gonna switch up a little quick.
Well,
You gotta
that's
take our
gonna be
first question.
really helpful
Mhm.
to know about YouTube. And I would like to know, can somebody have a job like on YouTube? Like just, what do you do with YouTube? Is it like a job for you?
Oh, you can absolutely have a job on YouTube, for sure. You like all these streamers and stuff now. There's a website called Social Blade, and it kind of tells you people's revenue roughly. There's some people that are making $1 million a month on YouTube, just posting vlogs, shorts. It's extremely lucrative if you know how to do it properly. But for me, I guess I can tell you how I kind of got started in YouTube.
Yeah, that would be really good.
So I was sitting one time with a friend, and we were sitting on the couch, and he was telling me about one of his friends that did YouTube, and he was like, yeah, he gets paid. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, he gets paid. He gets checks. I was like, how much are they? He's like, $200. And at the time, I was a personal trainer, and I was like, wow, that sounds great. And I just started kind of asking him some questions. How does it work? I started doing research, and it turns out if you had 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours worth of watch time, you get paid roughly 10 cents per view if they watch the ad. So I was like, oh, awesome. So I kind of started building my YouTube through personal training videos. I was like, oh, I'm going to give tips on how to work out, and maybe it'll help me build clientele. That was a thing for me too. But then one day I was like, I kind of like vlogs. Maybe I'll vlog a bit. And I was getting my locks done. And I was like, I'm going to film it and I'm going to make a vlog. And that video now has 300,000 views. And I mean, we can talk money a little bit. Like because at the time that I put the video out, I wasn't monetized. I wasn't able to make money. And I think I still made over $1,000 on that video. So it does take work. It's not easy to get videos like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some videos that people put out. They'll get 10 million views. They'll get like 20 grand from that video. And then through that, people started asking me more questions like,
damn.
Yeah.
20 grand.
Sorry,
yeah. Like, and
Sorry, doing that.
I'm sorry. I just had to put that in there.
How is nobody like? I feel like everyone should want to build their YouTube channels because everyone is good at something. Everyone is interesting in their own way. So I always tell people build a YouTube channel. I know it takes work, but the process of growth is a lot of fun, and especially when you can see the growth amount in dollar signs, it's even better. So, my channel started growing, and then people started asking me, "Hey, how do you clean your dreadlock? How do you do these things?" And I just started posting dreadlock tips, and within a year, I had 4,000, 5,000 subscribers, and I was making a couple $100s a month. Oh. And then people would always ask me what kind of product I would use in my hair too. They'd be like, "Oh, what should I buy to clean it? What should I buy for my scalp? Blah, blah, blah." And I was like, maybe I can make my own dreadlock products from home and sell them. So I started making my own dreadlock products, and I launched this company called Adorn Locks, and I think I got like 50 to 100 orders within a year just by people asking me questions and me posting about it. And all that showed me so much that you can build your own brand, and as long as you're telling a good story, people will fuck with you. And
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I feel like, we talk about this every time here, like being creative. That's why like we like start creating a lot more music videos or reels or whatever. Just being creative, man. I feel like that's the key. And you talk about just doing your dreadlocks. People will watch that because you're so creative. So, do you think like, because a lot of people like they start doing short reels on YouTube, but like they give up because it's either they're lazy or they just see nothing's growing, So I wanted to ask you if there are a certain way to like approach posting reels or posting like small videos or just even big videos. Is there any key you gotta go through, you gotta use to get like the audience more engaged? Yeah,
so every video that I've done that was successful, I knew was going to be successful before I posted it.
Because you had to believe.
I knew that there was some type of controversy, whether people liked it or disliked it. Because anything you ever do in life, I say this all the time, if you donate to charity and don't tell anybody, people are like, "Hey, you don't donate to charity. What's your problem? Like, you should be donating." If you donate to charity and tell people, you're an asshole. They're like, "You should do this without telling people because you just want attention." So whatever you do in life, whether it's good or bad, people are not going to like you for it. So if you can draw some type of emotion out of content, people are going to like it. So for me, people were like, "Oh, I love your hair." Some people were like, "You're not black." Some people were like, "What race are you?" And people started getting upset. And then other people really liked my hair. So I knew that the transformation was going to be kind of big visually. So I was like, people are going to be very, very curious on why I did it. And then with other videos, I posted a video of me boxing somebody, and I knew some people were going to think it was fake. I knew some people were going to be like, "You suck at boxing." And that got 1 million views in like 3 months. So, and through that video, I got 3,000 subscribers. But before I did it, I was like, it's going to piss people off. And people are going to like it too. So, So to answer your question, I guess the way I approach it is post content that people give a shit about. Because
whether it's negative or positive.
Negative or positive. It has to draw some type of emotion of like, "Hey, I don't agree with this," or "Hey, I agree with this," and then you got to start a conversation. Because the only way that things grow on the algorithm is by people sharing it, commenting, liking, and fucking with it, good or bad. Yeah. People like, I would rather people on YouTube hate me than not know who I am. Because if people hate me, that's dollar signs flying,
The guy in the back guy put that in as a quote right there. Other people get know me, don't like me, rather not know me. You got to replay. I didn't say that right, but he said it perfectly. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so you got to draw some type of emotion, and it's just like music. It's like anything. I think being creative can come in different shapes, sizes, ventures. So some people are creative through fighting people. Some people are creative through singing, dancing. But
It's
Yeah.
a bit, yeah.
But either way, you're drawing an emotion out of somebody.
Yeah.
So controversy sells for sure.
That's awesome. Major, I'm gonna go to you before I ask my next question.
For music videos, don't you think it's kind of more pricey, first of all, to make a music video, just to end up with 2 views sometimes if you don't have much creativity, and then it's really hard to create controversial with music, you know, unless if you want to make it more sexual,
Yeah.
you know.
Sex sells.
Yeah, sex sells for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for sex. It that's easy. But if you want to make a video that is kind of like a, you know, family, meaningful, and stuff like that, it's complicated, right?
For sure. I think with music videos, the song has to be good. The song has to be
The
good.
song has to be good.
Yeah, the song has to be good. And for me, when I'm watching a music video, I love Burna Boy a lot. And I love his videos. I love Bad Bunny a lot. And the reason I like their videos so much is because I feel like I'm with them. You know, like when I see Burna Boy for like the last video, it's him at his house with all his friends. I'm like, yo, this is vibey. I wish I was there. I want to do shit like that. So I think when it comes to videos, it's not so much about trying to be controversial. The original thing has to say the original thing. So the music has to be good. But then if you could just create a vibe, whether that's good, bad, fun, I just have to feel the vibes of a music video. Like before I go out, let's say I'm going to go to the club or something, I'll put on music videos instead because I want to get in the mood. I want to feel a little uplifted. So, yeah, controversy in music videos is obviously a little different.
Yeah.
But through basic content, I think controversy is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before you
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
let's talk.
go to your question,
We usually fight for questions this time.
yes, you know, the mind being creative just means being able to explore different avenues. Now, in the mind of a human, you're always trying to find something new. And we end up, even though we started with, you know, showing people how to clean our dreadlocks and stuff like that, tomorrow you want to show how to take care of your dogs because you think that's what's going to bring more. Do you think all that should go in one channel or we should have different channels if we have different creativities?
That's a great point to talk about. And that's something that I struggle with too. I think it depends how big you are. So let's just stay on the topic of Burna Boy. Burna Boy can post his music videos. He can post vlogs all on one channel because people know who he is. He's popular, right? Financially, if you can make multiple channels, it's good to have multiple channels because you're getting multiple views from different channels. You know what I mean? Like you're getting 2 views from this channel, 2 views from this channel that is 40 or like 20, 20, 40, whatever. And then the numbers add up. So having multiple channels is good. And usually if I'm subscribed to somebody, I'm subscribed for a reason. So if they're going to post something else, I'm like, I don't really want to watch it. But if it's somebody that I just like them as a person and they're famous, I'll just watch all the stuff they put out. So I think if it's an artist just starting out, put everything on one channel. Like even if it's a music channel, you want to vlog because people don't know who you are yet. So you just need to grab someone's attention. Let's say you're an artist and you're making really good music and really good videos, but no one knows who it is. And then one day you post your dog jumping on the couch and everyone likes it. They subscribe because of the dog. And then they're like, oh, this guy makes music too. I should check out his music videos. So then you're just kind of grabbing everyone from different avenues. And to expand on that, I don't even post dreadlock videos anymore because I don't like to. So, but now all the people that were watching my dreadlock videos are like, hey, I like this guy as a person. He posts a video about boxing. Maybe he's a good boxer. I don't know. And then they, like, if somebody fucks with you, they'll fuck with you, whatever you do. Did that answer your question? Does that make sense? Okay.
Makes more sense. Let me dive more into it. Like, as I see here, you were a YouTube channel manager for a bit, and you worked for like Universal Pictures. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know, like, how was that for you? How did you get into? Did you start doing that after you already start making your money on your boxing videos and your dreadlocks? Did you start like apply for the job after, or like was it before you did that before, and then you thought about the creating your own thing?
So, yeah, I ran the YouTube channel for Universal Pictures, Fast and Furious, and Jurassic Park. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell anyone that, but everyone can know now I did that shit. So, the way that happened was I wanted to make YouTube my full-time thing. So I decided to make 2 other channels. So I was running 3 channels at once. One was a hockey channel. I would just post like hockey highlights and give my takes. One was a MMA channel.
Yeah.
And I would do the same thing, kind of give my takes on what's going on in the current world of MMA,
Yeah.
because those were things that I know about. So I was like, how can I make money off stuff that I actually know about? I was like, maybe I can make YouTube channels and use this information to make money. So I started running those channels, but YouTube is fucky for sure. Am I allowed to curse on here?
Yeah, we've had people who are going beyond cursing.
Okay.
So
I'll try to keep the cursing down.
no,
So-
you're good.
So YouTube is a little iffy when it comes to faceless YouTube channels. So they don't like people posting things if it's not them on camera. I don't know why, but they don't like it. So I was making good money on these on these YouTube channels about hockey and UFC. But then I kept getting demonetized. They would take my channel down. There was one point I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be full-time on YouTube within a month. 2 days later, channel deactivated.
What?
Well, you're using unoriginal content. And then I started doing more research. And
Wait, but hold on. You were posting videos of hockey clips and everything?
pictures, and I would talk over the pictures. Because I know that copyright's a little sensitive, so I can't just take Sports Center's clips and post them. I know that. So I was doing pictures. I was putting them for a couple seconds. I would make sure that the video was less than 7 seconds. That's kind of the limit for YouTube to avoid copyright. And I kept getting demonetized. And then I would have to delete all my videos and reapply and get 4,000 hours again. I did that like 4 times. I kept getting demonetized. So then I was like, you know what? I think I need to just find something more steady financially. I know I can build YouTube channels, but I would like to build YouTube channels where I can just get a paycheck instead of relying on YouTube to pay me all the time. So I found this job online. I don't want to talk about the name of the company or anything, I found a job online where I was going to run the Universal Pictures, Jurassic Park, and Fast and Furious YouTube channels. I sent them all of my demos and things that I've done with YouTube, and I got hired, and I really learned a lot about building YouTube channels there because I hopped on the Universal channel. I already had like 10 million subscribers. So jumping into a channel that was super established already was interesting, and I learned a lot just by working there and building these channels. So I feel like that's how I've learned so much about YouTube. I'm not just a random guy with a small YouTube channel that talks trash, not trash. So yeah,
That's cool, man. Major, I don't know if you have any questions about that.
There's a lot of questions.
Yeah, I know it's a lot, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people obviously, because YouTube is the main thing what I'm saying, people who are so creative want to make a living out of, so they could have a lot of questions.
Most people, like families, they use a lot of YouTube. It's kind of become like the TV thing, right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So Instagram is more on phones and stuff like that, but YouTube is huge.
Yeah.
So I want to know, when you spoke about getting demonetized every time, how about people who do reactions on music videos? We see them posting music videos, and I used to ask myself questions every time. These guys are using this music videos. Do they reach out to the owners, or what happened behind that?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I actually transitioned my YouTube channel into a reaction channel because I saw that there's only so much I could talk about my hair, Hey, hair update, it grew an inch. It smells great. Like, what am I supposed to say? So I wanted to build a bigger audience, so I started reacting to YouTube videos and YouTube or like music videos and stuff too. And that was a question I had as well. You can't put more than 7 seconds of a video. So if I start putting 30-second clips of me reacting, that's when it becomes a copyright problem. And you also have to have your face. If it's more than 7 seconds, you have to have your face in a square reacting. So you have to play with the video a little bit. It's complicated. Even with that, sometimes you can get demonetized. It's not always the easiest thing to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the more they keep demonetize you, the more they keep sending you those copyright thing messages, it means like you are going to get demonetized in the future.
Yeah, and then when you get demonetized, it was complicated for me because they said you are demonetized because you don't use original content. And because I'm not the main focus of the video, it's pictures. So I was like, well, that means that all my videos don't use original content. So to be monetized again, I have to delete all these videos, and regain 4,000 hours worth of watch time again. So I had to do that 3 or 4 times, which takes months. It sucks. Like dealing with that YouTube drama and how picky they are with copyright is very complicated. So if anyone can listen to this and save themselves the trouble, it just happened to me again. Like I saw a big avenue for revenue for YouTube channels for like meditating and sleeping. You know those rain videos, peaceful rain. So I was like, I'm gonna make one of those, and I downloaded an AI thing. I started editing these videos, and I would post a rainy scenery once a day, and it was growing really fast. I think I had my first video got over 1,000 views and like 100 hours worth of watch time. And the good thing about those videos is they're 8 hours long, so you can put more ads, so you can make $10 per couple views, which is crazy because usually it's only like 10 cents. And wow. I got monetized really fast, and I also had a beach one where I like beach meditation stuff, and then all of a sudden, within a month, YouTube's like, I don't think so. Your face is in this video. So I put all this effort into building these channels. I spent money on the AI programs, and it didn't even work. So I had to kill those channels. Yeah.
My goodness.
Trial and error. That's why you.
That's a hustle, man.
But you see those people saying like, "I made $30,000 doing this," and they post them reacting.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. If the money's easy, it's not safe.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But so you think people shouldn't believe in that?
No.
None of them are legit?
No. You have to be original with content. The only way that you can have a rain channel for meditation, you have to go out there, put a camera down, and film it yourself.
And we know how that takes.
Yeah. For 8 hours. Just
you can do it.
I keep
it's hustle, man. You gotta make money.
I keep wanting to curse and say certain things. Brock knows the way I talk, so
yeah, I know.
I keep wanting to say things, and I'm trying to keep it PG here.
It's like you're doing great.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're doing great, brother.
Yeah,
you're
appreciate that.
Maybe things will get heated up on our next topic a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that you won't keep that great anymore.
Yeah,
yeah. But maybe any more questions, bro? Because I want to dive into some other stuff here that we see my guy. The guy in the back gets mad at me. That's why you don't get. I get in trouble if I pass my time.
I want to know about your advice on because recently the world YouTube changed everything, and most people started getting focused on podcasts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I want to know what makes some podcasts, even though we all do podcasts, but some podcasts are really watched, while others seems to just be forgotten. You know, even though we kind of talk about the same topics and same thing, but what makes some podcasts to be really famous in?
I think I can think of a couple things off the top of my head. Guests is a big thing. So let's say I love LeBron James. I will watch any interview he does. So if I watch him on a podcast and I like the host, I'm like, oh, this was a good podcast. And then I start seeing, oh, he's had Kyrie on, he's had Dwayne Wade. Oh, he has good guests on. I'm gonna watch more of these. Obviously, not everyone has the luxury of having guests like that. So I think the conversation has to spark controversy a little bit. Like people.
Yeah, well, to make sure
and this is what I tell artists this too. I always tell people, man, if I had talent, I would be the best artist ever. But I have no talent. So I always tell people who make music, do covers. No one knows who you are right now. Yeah. Everyone knows who Drake is. If you cover Drake's song, because YouTube and stuff is all about search engine. So if I search Drake song, now your name is beside Drake. So people are going to search for you more. Mm-hmm. Or you're going to come up more in searches because people are searching for Drake. So I think when it comes to podcasts, if you could talk about relevant things that are trending and have good conversation, people like good conversation. The reason people like podcasts is because they feel like they're there with you. They feel like they're having the conversation with you. So if you can invoke some type of engagement, controversy while talking about a topic that's trending, So right now, Drake and Kendrick are trending. People are always searching Drake, Kendrick, who's winning. If there's a podcast talking about that, and people are like, yo, these guys are funny. I really like these. I wonder what else they've talked about. That's going to help with the searching and getting you out there more. You know?
Yeah.
So especially making clips. Shorts, reels, clips is important. You know?
Yeah.
That's most important.
Well, may I?
You can go. I'm going to keep my own question. You know?
We'll come back to you.
You guys are fighting over me. Ask
Listen,
away.
you're a great guest, bro.
I appreciate
we're
that.
just talking about good guests out here. You're one of them.
I appreciate that, guys.
You bring the energy out here.
Thank you.
Which I wanna spice things a little bit up here, man. I know you're a boxer.
Well, I'm not a professional boxer, but
You're
I
not,
box
but
often. Maybe one day.
I've seen what you can do,
Yeah, maybe one day.
and I'm always trying to like get you to like fight Jake Paul.
Brother.
Ching ching ching.
Not only is this guy trying to get me to fight Jake Paul, every day he's like, when are we going to spar? When are we fighting? I'm like, you don't box. What do you want to fight me for? He's like, I got the moves. He's like, I play soccer. I work out. I can fight. I'm like, brother, this is...
I'm quick, people.
Yes, all the time.
I'm quick. That's what I believe. I'm quick, and I can take him out.
The male ego is dangerous. Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, like, because that thing is going on big. People are saying, Jake Paul doesn't really know how to box or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And he's fighting like old people and like people who are not, well trained or like they past their prime. Do you think he's actually a good boxer? Do you think he actually?
Jake Paul is a fucking loser, bro.
Oh man.
I'm not gonna say he's not a good boxer. Sorry for cursing. I'm not gonna say he's not a good boxer. He can box because, he's an athletic guy. He's young, but he also trains with He's been training in boxing for 6 years. He's like almost at a professional level, like pretty close to professional level. And I don't disrespect him as a boxer, but you're fighting people that are old that don't box.
It's not a secret. It's not a secret.
It's not okay, you're a boxer. Well, let's put you up against a boxer.
Yeah.
Tommy Fury. He's your age. He's your size.
Yeah.
What happened? He lost.
Yeah.
So, man, Mike Perry is an MMA fighter who couldn't make it in the UFC. He's a bare knuckle fighter. He fought in the UFC at 170 pounds.
Yeah.
Jake Paul is 230 pounds, and they're fighting. Like, it's not even fair. It's not fair. So, I don't like bullies, and I think he's a bully. I think he bullies older people, and he bullies people who aren't even real boxers. If he were to fight a top 10 guy at his weight and beat him, I'll shut up. You did it, man. Like, you're a good boxer.
That's what people wanted to see, though.
Dude, he's fighting Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's like 60 years old.
And he's
fighting Mike Tyson?
they're still in the process of doing it.
They're in the process of doing it.
So they're building him.
Tyson's gonna kill him.
That's
No,
the funny thing,
I don't think so.
No, because Jake is. But that's the thing, though, because I think Jake is
Fresh,
he's growing slow. Yeah, he's young, he's fresh, but he's growing slowly into the boxing world. And people are saying he's actually going to become a better boxer.
He's not a bad boxer. That's not the issue I have with him. The issue I have is fight people your own size, fight people that are your weight. And yeah, well, no, he's bigger than I am.
But if you go toe to toe with Jake Paul, would you take Jake Paul out? If you have at least 5 months of training.
5 months of training.
Yeah, would you take with the skills that you know and what you've learned in boxing?
Because I know
you
230 pounds. I'm 175. You know what I mean?
That's not nothing.
I think if we were the same size, I would beat the shit out of him, no doubt. But size matters in boxing.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. It's very smart because like I feel like he's like doing everything for marketing. That's how that's how he makes.
He's a rage baiter. That's when we're talking about controversy and sparking it and growing from that.
Yeah,
he's a rage baiter. Rage baiting, if you guys don't know, obviously baiting somebody to do something is egging someone on to do something, right?
Yeah.
He is a rage baiter. So he says stupid things so people argue. That's the controversy. So that's how he grows. He knows that he's beating up a 60-year-old retired boxer.
He knows that.
He knows he's fighting someone half his size.
Yeah.
And then after, he's like, I want to fight Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira is not even a boxer. He's an MMA fighter. So
but who do you think will win then?
Versus Alex Pereira?
Yeah.
Alex Pereira would sleep him.
Really?
Alex Pereira would sleep him probably within a round.
But do you think it's difficult for UFC fighters to actually go into boxing? Because I've heard that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
In my take, I feel like Jake Paul is more experienced in that boxing world because he's pretty much. If you take him to a UFC octagon, man, that guy will get killed.
Bro, Alex Pereira is a monster.
Come on, man.
Do you know who Alex Pereira is?
I do. But I feel like Jake Paul's experience he'll play around with it a little bit, just like what happened to Conor McGregor and Mayweather.
You know why? You know why he'll never fight Alex Pereira? Because Alex Pereira is 6'5", 230. His size. He weighs the same as him. Never fight him. He only fights people that are smaller than him. Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Okay, so the big question: who taking between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson?
Jake Paul. Mike Tyson's 60
Come
years
on,
old.
man. And what happens if Mike Tyson actually shows up and knocks him out?
Man, I'm not saying I want Jake Paul to win. There's
But you would
nothing
take him
more
for
I
that.
would love than for Jake Paul to get knocked out. But
Yeah.
so when it comes to fighting, there's something called being chinny. Chinny is you get dropped, like your chin isn't very strong anymore.
Yeah.
Man, old people. How many times has Mike Tyson just fallen? Like he's on a hoverboard. He's old. He falls over. He doesn't have the same balance he used to. He's older. He's almost 60. How many 60-year-olds do you even know that are in good shape?
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's 100%.
how many 60-year-olds do you know that like I fell down the stairs? Like Mike Tyson's not a normal 60-year-old for sure. Jake Paul's 27 years old.
Yeah, that's very true.
He's 27 years old.
27.
Yeah,
27.
27 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's young. He trains all the time. He's experienced. When was the last time Mike Tyson fought? He fought Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah,
And before
was
that,
pretty-
he hadn't fought in so long. And even
he looked pretty good though in that fight.
he looked like he was 50-something. You know, he looked good for a 50-something-year-old. I have a tattoo of Mike Tyson on my leg. He's one of my favorite athletes of all time.
Yeah.
But some people are just past their prime. Yeah, unfortunately, sad. I don't want to see him lose. I'll cry.
Hey, Jake wants to see that.
Guy's an idiot.
That's why
man.
you should tag Jake Paul in this podcast, man, because my guy's gonna step up. I'll be
do
his
it.
trainer. As a matter of fact,
Let's run it. I'll fight Jake Paul.
I'll be in.
You fight him.
I'll fight him. I don't give a shit. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Make it happen. Pull up.
Let's pull up.
Pull
You
up.
know,
I'll
this
fight-
podcast is gonna go off there.
I'll
man.
fight any of those YouTube boxers. Any of them can get it. Any of them. Ooh, we're talking Bryce Hall. We're talking what is it? Or those streamers, Sneeko.
If we make it
Everyone's-
trend, we'll
Bro,
make it happen.
everyone's a boxer now. Okay, I don't have a big YouTube channel right now. I haven't like I'm gonna start building it again. I had to take a little break just because I was kind of getting burnt out on what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I have like 8,000 subscribers. I'm gonna start building it, and anyone can catch it after that. I'll fight any of those guys, no doubt. So my dream is to do a YouTube
better
boxing
get
match and just beat the shit out of some random TikToker and get $30,000 to do it. That's the dream. Give me 30 grand to beat up some 19-year-old TikToker who does push-ups at his house.
Wow.
Let's do it. Absolutely.
You think they just? But it's all just for the talk too, for the show. But you
Yeah,
think
let's do it.
if they go out your head to head, you know, they have to be prepared for you. What are the takes that you've actually learned from boxing that you think is gonna give you a lot more advantage? Just like the dog you have inside of you. That's what it is.
So you just want me to gas myself up?
You
How
can
good I
gas
am?
yourself up. a little
Well,
bit.
the
And
thing is,
make them, tell them what they can see coming. If Jake Paul be like, I see your challenge and I accept it. Tell them what you know, what's in you.
so I've been boxing for like 6 years. I spar twice a week. I'm not saying I spar against top opponents or anything. I'm not saying that I have the most amazing coach ever. But I think some people are just naturally good at things, and I think I'm just naturally good at it. And I picked it up fast. Yeah, and I'm athletic.
That's
so,
awesome.
A lot of these guys are like, oh, I think I can box. I punch the punching bag. It's different.
Yeah.
Being in front of somebody is different. And that's what I tell you all the time.
talk about, yeah.
You're like, I'm in good shape. I'm like, it's a different type of shape.
Yeah.
And two, when somebody's trying to kill you, it's scary. You know?
Yeah, because I see how you always come up right away. You don't play games. As soon as I put my hands up, you go in right away.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I'm not going to throw myself right now there. This got to be behind a closed door.
Guys, if you want me to spar BK and we'll put it on the channel,
I don't know about that.
I'll go all out. I'll try to knock his head off, put it down below.
You're gonna
And
know
me
BK.
and BK can run
Listen,
it first.
I need him for music. though.
When I fight my first fight,
Oh, you're going to fight too?
listen, but I'm not going to announce on the camera because if I announce it, I know the guy in the back got me right away, put it all over media. But look, behind closed door, if I beat you in the first one, then I'm going to come announce it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you beat me,
No,
I'll-
like, it's on, people.
no, like you're going to grow with your music and then we'll train and you versus Burna Boy 2028. Knock his head off.
Look, man, I know, Major, you don't want part of that boxing. I know you probably don't have any question about boxing because you can
Well,
be a
I
boxer
do.
too, though. I know how you
No,
are.
man, I don't want to be a boxer.
I love boxing. I've always loved. My dad
I
was
box
was big into
psychologically.
it.
Yeah,
My
that's-
mind.
we need that. I need that for mixing.
Yeah, but I do enjoy the boxing topic because I do watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch Mike Tyson a lot.
Mike Tyson was
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm a huge UFC MMA
Yeah.
fan. That's always been my thing growing up. I loved WWE when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And spoiler alert,
But-
when I realized it was fake, and I saw UFC, I was like, let me jump on that.
But
That
tell me
thing
this
is
though.
fake,
Tell me
yeah.
this, because this is the main key that I've always been struggling with. Mayweather's record.
Yeah,
Mayweather he's a very smart fighter,
yeah.
but like, do you think that some fights he just got away with it because his name is a lot there? Because some people push him to the limit sometimes. But
So-
I don't know. Do you think he deserves to be 50-0, a fighter he is?
I think if you're 50-0, you probably deserve it. But there are things in boxing that are kind of weird where they pick their fights. They kind of wait. Like right now, I love David Benavidez. Sorry if we're talking about boxing. Maybe a lot of you don't watch boxing, but to run it down, there's a contender that's really good. He's young and he can beat Canelo Alvarez right now. But Canelo's like, I don't want to fight you. So he's not. He's just not going to do it.
Wow.
He was like, unless you pay me $240 million, I'm not going to do it. So when you get to a certain stature of boxing, you can pick and choose your fights. So Jake Paul, for example, only fights people he knows he's going to beat.
Right.
He's not fighting contenders.
okay.
When you have that name, you can pick. I think Mayweather is smart, and he waited for Manny Pacquiao to get older. Mayweather is
So if
smart.
you fight him younger, you think it could have a different story?
I could have been. Who knows?
No, you have to be sure, man.
I'm not sure. Like you can never be sure. But
You have.
young
You see how they fight. You see how
young
both of
Manny
them
was a
fight.
monster, but Floyd's great with his defense. So I think Floyd definitely knew that young Manny Pacquiao was that dude, and he was like, let me just wait till he gets a little older.
But if you had to bet on somebody, both of them in their prime,
Yeah.
who would you pick?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think Manny is like an 8 division champion. He holds a record there. But Floyd's both of them if they're both 25, 30 years old,
Is watching you.
Yeah.
I think Manny might do it.
Yeah.
I think if they fought 10 times it'd be 5-5.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's
if,
5-5?
Yeah.
If you have to wait for somebody to be older so that you can fight them and beat them, isn't that cheating?
For me it is.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
it's
saying.
cheating yourself. I don't think it's cheating anyone else, but for me I want to know that I fought somebody at their best. I don't want to fight somebody, beat them, and then it turns out they had a broken back, and like I want to fight someone
Yeah.
that's going to challenge me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Jake Paul isn't a real fighter. He fights people that he knows he can beat. He fights people half his size. He fights people double his age. If you're a real fighter, go fight someone your own size and let's see your real skill. I'm not saying he doesn't have skill,
Yeah.
yeah.
but you're a pussy, you know?
Hey,
Wow.
see, I told you, when it start getting a little heated up, something start coming out.
Listen, it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is. You know what? I'm gonna dive into as we got time here, but I want to dive into, because I know you also be the first time when I actually met you at the show.
Yeah,
You being a model,
yeah.
and you seem like when you're in that zone, you really love it, and it's like you're happy you were there. You're doing something you work so hard for and prepare. I just want to know how, just the take of modeling, being a model, how do you handle all the pressure? If there's any pressure that you're handling there, or like what the models go through that people don't know about, that's actually something pretty tough.
Yeah. I don't feel any pressure at all.
Okay.
I always tell models that they're about to walk. I'm like, what do you do most throughout the day? If you're not sitting, you're walking around. Just walk, you know? I feel like in general, the way I look, this is just the way I look. To me, it's normal, but to other people, it's not. I have like tattoos in my hair and face tattoo. I get stared at a lot anyways. So when eyes are on me, it doesn't bother me. I've been stared at forever. So when I'm on stage, I know people are staring at me and like, whoa, look, that's cool. So walking around day to day, I get judgment stares. So if you can deal with judgment stares, if people are staring at you and admiring what you're doing, that's very easy.
Wow. But how do you get there? Because, you know, that shyness and
Yeah, I used
frustration
Right,
sometimes when you're on stage.
So I guess like a little backstory is I used to be actually very, I used to care what people thought about me a lot. And when I was younger, I think every teenager is like, I want to be
People go
cool.
through
I
that.
want people to think
Oh, yeah.
I'm cool. So for me, I got to a point where my social anxiety was getting pretty high at one point. And I decided to challenge myself. If you're at the gym, you want to get stronger, you challenge yourself. You try to lift new weights, and you got to make your body uncomfortable, right? Until it starts feeling comfortable in that situation. So what I started doing was I started wearing outfits that would make me uncomfortable out. So I was
Wow.
like, I'm going to wear a crop top and my stomach's going to show. I was like, oh, everyone's going to be staring at me. And I was like, well, if I can walk around in a crop top and I know people are staring at me and judging me, when I dress normal, that's going to be easy. So I started doing that. I started wearing like, leggings, like how guys wear leggings under their, but they wear shorts under it, over it. So I was like, I'm going to wear no shorts over it. I'm gonna go dick out for Harambe here a little bit and have the bulge showing. So I was like, man, if I can wear crop top and pants where my bulge are showing, and I don't care what people think, then when I'm day-to-day life, I'm not going to care what people think. So I started getting really good at it and giving myself daily challenges. To now I'm at a point where I can be in my underwear on stage at a fashion show, everyone's staring at me taking pictures, and I just know I'm eating. I'm like, I'm that dude. I get myself in like a headspace where I always tell myself before I walk out for my shows, I have this little hype up thing I'll say. I always I won't swear, but I always say the mother effing showstoppers here. I always say that to myself. I'm like, everyone's here to see me. I'm the main event.
Yeah.
Like I'm the showstopper. And I go out and I just try to grab that confidence and energy and do it while I walk. But yeah, I wasn't always that confident. I don't think anyone's born super confident. I think it's something that you got to work on every day.
Yeah.
And even there's some days where I wake up and my skin's a little bad or I'm looking a little bloated or whatever. And if you can be confident on your worst days where you're eating, days where you look great, it's easy to be confident. So I worked on my confidence a lot, and now I'm at the point where I'm not confident because of insecurity. I'm confident because I genuinely like myself. I love myself. I like the way I look. So when I walk, I just feel like that comes out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. Even I know Major like that guy. Major like this guy is.
Maybe
guy's
we
eating
should
right
go.
now.
We should go to the Sky Train and sing every day.
That's what I'm saying, Major. Because
No, you have to challenge yourself.
Yeah,
if you're shy,
I like that,
if you're
man.
shy in front of crowds, not being in
Just
front of
go
a
out
crowd
there.
is hard.
That's it. But when I see Nadia, shout out to Nadia anyway. I'll run away like I kind of wanted to see me. She'll go tell BK. I'm so
see, I saw Major the Sky Train
Yeah.
guitar.
Is he a crazy guy now?
Hey, but that's what I'm saying, man. Because people, not only modeling, like every
Life.
different life, people
Yeah.
struggle with just having that confidence, and it's something that you say you have to really work on. Like you were never like this before, but you have to put effort into it and accept it and like own it.
Yeah, there
Because
was
people struggle with that kind of
For sure.
Any different like people struggle like modeling that probably insecure about something that would cause them something like they're just gonna fight with a lot.
Yeah.
And be tough. Those are challenging stuff. So like those are good points you just point out there
Thank
for,
you.
for the models like everywhere.
I never really think about the negative thoughts about me. So usually when people look in the mirror, they be like, "Oh, my ears are big. Oh man, I'm never that. I always look in the mirror, or when I do something, I always take the positives out of it. So instead of looking in the mirror and saying my stomach looks bad, I'll be like, oh, my chest looks good. Oh, my lips are nice. And like positive affirmation on yourself is really, really helpful. Sometimes not everything's going to work for everyone. So talking good about yourself, even though you don't believe it, saying good things until you believe it can really help. So I always just tell myself, I'm like, yo, I'm that dude. Like, and not everyone has to agree. And my thing is too, you can't care what people think about you either way. So everyone's like, I don't care what anyone thinks about me. But as soon as they get a compliment, they're like, oh, really? You like my shirt? I'm so and it really affects them. If you don't care what people think about you, it shouldn't be good or bad. So if somebody comes up to me and they're like, you're a good looking guy. In my head, I'm like, I know. I'll say thank you. I appreciate that. In my head, I know I am. I do a lot. I take care of myself. There's reasons why I think I'm a good-looking guy. I take care of myself, take care of my skin. I exercise a lot. I get my hair done. All these things to feel confident.
Yeah.
Somebody comes up to me and says, you're ugly. No, I'm not. So my truth is that I think I'm a good-looking guy. I think I'm a good person. I think I'm this. So positive or negative, nothing shakes me. You can say I'm the most handsome person in the world. Okay. You can say I'm the ugliest person in the world. Okay, I don't care. I know who I am. So whatever you
That's
think,
a good
I don't
point,
care
man.
about.
I have a question for that.
Yeah.
How about the person who is confident, they love themselves, but somehow it doesn't match with the outcome, what we see? Like, let's say, for example, you're a musician.
Yeah.
You think you're the best, you tell yourself in a room that I'm the best musician.
Yeah.
But when you sing, we don't hear that.
It's called delusion.
we just like, no, you don't have it.
You know,
Please go train.
I think there has to be an honesty about it too.
Yes.
I'm not 7 feet tall. So if I go around looking in the mirror, I'm 7 feet tall, it's a lie. It's just not true.
Yeah.
So there has to be some type of honesty. I'm not a good singer. I know I'm not a good singer.
Yeah, you even said that.
Yeah, so I don't go around saying I'm a good singer. I'm not good at math, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm good at math. I'm an idiot when it comes to that stuff. But there are some things I'm good at, and that's what I'm honest about.
Yeah.
And I don't go around saying I'm the best because I'm not the best at some things. But to me, I'm confident in my ability. So there's a difference between delusion and reality. And you have to find the balance of confidence and delusion, which can be tricky. It just takes practice.
That's really tricky because some of those people really become embarrassing to other people, you know?
Yeah, you got to be
Oh,
honest
yeah.
with yourself.
You start telling people that I know this, and we don't see it.
Yeah.
It becomes really embarrassing, and we feel shy to have you around.
Yeah, I think it's called cringe.
It's
For me,
called
like cringe. When I see somebody acting like that, I cringe so hard because I'm like, why do you think you're this person? So for example, like basketball, me and BK play basketball a little bit. I'm not good at it. I know I'm not good at it. And that's okay. You don't always have to be the best at everything. My dad told me at a young age, my dad was like, you're not special. You're not better than anyone.
Yeah.
But he always taught me to be confident. So I don't walk around thinking like, I'm better than this person at that. I'm better than this person at that. I walk around being happy with myself. And I think there's a difference for sure.
Yeah, that's really amazing.
So I gotta look at the camera and see I'm not good at boxing. I'm not the best at that.
You've never done it. Maybe you could be if you
Yeah.
practice.
So I shouldn't fight.
Imagine if you come here and tell me like, hey, Major, I'm gonna beat Jack Paul. You know? I'm gonna kill that guy.
Yeah.
I'll be looking at you like you're crazy. Now.
And-
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not delusional. Jake Paul trains every day like a professional. He's been training with professionals for 6 years. He has elite sparring partners. If me and Jake Paul were to fight right now, he'd win. He's bigger than me. He has more experience.
Yeah.
All these things. So like I said, there's a difference between delusion, especially the male ego is very, very sensitive.
That's
and
the thing.
I heard the stat that males overestimate their ability to fight by 400%. 400%.
And then get knocked out.
And then they get knocked out. I've seen these videos on
He's throwing
Instagram.
shades on me slowly, man. Come
No,
on.
I think Barack is an athletic guy. He has natural ability,
Come on, man.
natural athletic ability, but he doesn't box. So how good can you be at something if you don't practice?
Yeah.
That's the truth for sure.
You know what? It's all good. It's all
Oh,
good.
he should stay with music.
I should probably stick to
This guy
doing
talks.
music, so-
He talks shit, man. This guy.
But I like talking shit because I bring
I
the
like
best out of you when I talk shit.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how I get it.
I like discussions. I like talking.
I know.
Tell.
And I'm pretty sure people have got good advice from you today, man.
Yeah.
We're approaching our end of the show here. But, like, I know I've been wanting to get you here for a minute because I see how you talk. I see how you do your things and how inspired. I just want to know one thing. What inspired you to take care of yourself like that? What started that? Because before that, I feel like you were a different person.
Yeah.
But something must have switched for you to gain that confidence and to train yourself mentally to prepare yourself in everything you do.
Yeah. I think experience and age helps with that. I'm young. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not super young. I'm going to be 28 on Friday, actually. It's my birthday on Friday. I'm turning 28.
Happy birthday to Fabian.
happy
Thank you.
birthday.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So when you're in high school, like I said, you're trying to find yourself.
Yeah.
And I think my parents just always told me to be myself and be genuine and love yourself. My parents did a very good job raising me. They were young parents, but I feel like just morally, they're such good people. Like, you've met them.
Yeah.
They're
Shout
such
out
good
to-
people.
For real.
Shout out Carla and Tony, my parents. I think they
You
did.
guys watching this. Shout out.
They did a really good job keeping things honest with me, but always telling me to try and be the best at everything I do.
Yeah.
And it's not always going to happen. You're not always going to be the best.
Yeah.
My dad used to always say too, if you aim if you're doing a class and you aim for an A and you miss, you're going to get a B. But if you aim for a D, you're going to get an F if you miss. So always try to do your best, and your best might not be the best, but
Yeah.
it's about putting effort forward. So he always told me to take care of myself and just be confident.
Yeah.
Like confidence was always instilled in me, and
Yeah.
my whole family is like this. Like my sister Kyla, she's a G, like the most confident girl I've ever met in my life. You'll go up to her, like I said, "Hey Kyla, you think you're pretty?" She's like, "Yeah." Like what? Why are you asking? And there's no arrogance about it. It's just her honest opinion. So yeah, I think the way I was raised really helped all that. But I've always wanted to. When I was younger, I used to look up to athletes a lot.
Yeah.
And they used to make me feel like, wow, I want to be like that one day. I used to watch interviews at a young age of LeBron and my favorite hockey players, and they would talk about how they carry themselves.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to have that effect on someone as well, because I know how important those people were for me growing up. So I would love to have that effect on other people.
I love that, man. I love that. That's why when I talk to you, bro, I know all the advice you always give me, you know. So I wanted you come here to this show and like tell the people, because you're a leader, man. Like I said earlier, you just the way you take care of yourself, mentally, physically, you know. And people should look into that every day, man. As we just approach the end of the show. And you taught everybody here a lesson today. In any way they are, you know, they can have that same mindset in everything they do, whether it's musician, comedian, boxer. You know what I'm saying? All that. So it's definitely a very good thing. But Major, just last. You know what I'm saying? Last question I was going to give it to you.
I have my last question for sure.
Let's hear it.
Yes.
I'm a good guy.
I'm going to go back to YouTube for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I want to know more about YouTube. Thumbnails compared to titles. Which ones do you think are more effective and then that can allow you to be, you know, to be found as a channel? Good thumbnails or...
That's a good question. I think I've seen some pretty bad thumbnails, but the title interests me. So I think I always had the most success with titling when I wanted to, or even watching videos, I would see a video that's like, I can't believe this happened. I'm like, what happened? And it'll be like somebody on the floor. How did they fall? So I want to watch that video to get the question answered. So the thumbnail doesn't have to be super HD. If I see a guy covered in mud and he's like, and it says, I can't believe this happened to me. The guy covered in mud, it doesn't have to be an HD picture, but it got my attention, and so did the title. So I'd say the title is probably a little more important, because it could be a super great thumbnail too, but the title is like file F76219 and no one's going to watch it because people are going to be like, what is that? So you have to invoke some type of curiosity through a thumbnail.
Yeah.
Especially if you're vlogging or, you know, making content that you want to be engaged with. The video has to answer the question of the title.
Yeah. But I've seen some guys doing some titles that don't really reflect 100% what's happening in the video. Do you think that's advisable, or...
I don't think people are gonna like
Come
your
back
video. They're not gonna come back, because as an audience member, you want to feel like you're part of community. You want to feel like you're getting answers to what you're watching. Sometimes I'll be like, I'll watch a video, I can't believe this happened, and nothing happens in the video. What a waste of time. Block this channel. I never want to see this guy again.
I mean that, man.
You know, it happens. So, like,
I'll follow.
Yeah, what do you want? Do you want one view, or do you want a subscriber? You know, as the channel manager, you want subscribers. You don't want one view. One view does nothing for you.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Great, man. Look, man, it's just a pleasure having you here. It's finally happened, man.
I know.
I'm absolutely happy to have you here, discuss with us, man. And obviously, if you're a boxer, if you're a model, if you just wanna take care of your body, this guy's been a personal trainer for a minute now too. If you're gonna have any questions for Fabian, we'll give him a last word. You can say where to find him. You can DM him for any questions. And if you have any questions also on this channel, you can just comment down below. Major, yeah.
Satisfied for sure
with everything.
You really are welcome. We need another show.
Let's do it. I have lots to talk about.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about Donald Trump this episode.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine the elections that
Coming
are
soon.
Oh my goodness.
Coming soon.
Can you just tell us Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? Just that.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know anything about American politics, but I think it'd be really beneficial to have a woman in power.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's a strong point right there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We'll come back for that next time.
We'll be waiting for that right there.
Yeah.
But hey, man, Fabian, man, I appreciate you for pulling up over.
Thanks for
can
having
just
me, guys.
Let them know where to find you. You know what I'm saying? The camera's right there. Any questions, you can reach out, my guy, man.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at @the Fabian Pacheco. I post pretty often now, so I think I'm actually worth a follow. I think a lot of people like follow me, but they don't do anything. I do stuff. And YouTube is just my first last name, Fabian Pacheco. And I'm going to start posting a ton, vlogs, reactions, cool stuff. So subscribe. And on TikTok as well, Fabian Pacheco. I got all the links.
No, man.
OnlyFans, Fabian Pacheco. Check it out.
Hey, man, try to keep you PG out here, man. Hey, anyways, man, ladies and gentlemen, up for the explanation. We appreciate you guys for tuning once again. This has been a sensational episode, man. Stay tuned for another ones. Don't forget to subscribe. We appreciate for everybody for tuning in. Do not forget to follow OC Music on Instagram as well. If you want to be booked on the next show, man, make sure you DM OC Music and you're going to get it up here on the show so we can chat maybe about American politics. Who knows? Maybe about boxing. Who knows? But anyways, I got you for next one, though.
Yeah,
Chris Brown or Drake is coming out soon. You
Chris
guys
Brown and Drake,
can't wait
who's
for
the
that one.
GOAT?
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. We are out on my right side. You know what I'm saying? I know the guy in the back is waiting for this. On my right side, we got the one and only Major McGisho.
Thank you.
I love you, man. You my
Yeah.
guy, you know?
Thank
I
you.
won't
I
go
love you
I
too,
won't go
man.
boxing, don't worry. You still got me.
Don't do that.
Obviously, on my left here, we got the man and only Fabian Pacheco's out here.
That's
man.
him.
Thank you, man. Thank you for pulling out, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you guys next time.
Of course.
After the explanation, we are out. Peace.